Hello, life learners. I'm Alexis. I'm your coach, and I am here today with Evolve and Thrive Life Coaching Insights. And so, for those who don't know me, I am Alexis Nelson, and I am the CEO of Coaching Toward Purpose, where we believe all life learners live life on purpose. Why? Because you're worth it. And we have talked about many different topics. However, today we are talking about relationships. And again, before we get started, for those who are new again, I always ask my life learners to like and share, and also leave comments. I'm talking to you. So if I have questions for you, make sure you drop your comments and your answers in the comment section so I can respond to you. And for those who are looking for individual coaching or group coaching, please make sure you reach out to me at alexisnelson.us. I would love to have a conversation with you. And if you want to email me, you can do that at iamalexisnelson@gmail.com. So now that we got the preliminaries out the way, and you know to like, share, and comment, and you can find me at alexisnelson.us, we can get into today's topic. Now, we've been talking about relationships, and we have focused on many different areas as it relates to relationships. But today, we're going to talk about avoiding blame and accusations. And so this is something that I definitely want us to really get into because we have all been guilty. Okay. We have all been guilty of this. So, you know what I do? I put it on the screen so you can read along with me. And again, I'm your coach. I am your life coach. And I am here for you because I want to make sure that your relationships thrive. Not just thrive, but they evolve and thrive. Okay. So, we want to avoid blame and accusations. Focus on your emotions rather than blaming the other person. Avoiding blame and accusations in communication, it can help maintain a positive relationship and resolve conflicts, okay? So, we want to do that. You know, we are real listen, when we get in our feelings, we coming for you. We like, you didn't took me there, right? So sometimes when we're trying to communicate, and remember, we're trying to get healthy relationships, we blame the other person. We don't focus on our current emotion. And we want to really be intentional about avoiding blaming and accusations, because right when we start that, we lose the battle. Is already gone, it's done. So instead, we focus on our emotion. How am I feeling in this moment? It's not about you broke my, car, or you drove my car and you didn't put gas in it, and you got the audacity to ask me, can you drive my car again? You always take my car and you never fill it up. I have a problem with that. I think that's disrespectful. Money don't grow on trees, but you're not focusing on that emotion, right? And that emotion is, I'm upset. I'm upset that you take my car and you don't fill it up with gas. You drive up, and then I'm wrong again, right? Because I'm youing. So you see how easy it is to get back into that kind of mood where we're you in it, and you in it, and so we sound like a broken record. So we have to make sure that we just stick on our emotion. What are we feeling in that moment? I am feeling upset. I'm upset. um and it causes frustration. I'm angry about it, and so I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about you taking my car, being inconsiderate, because now I'm going to start blaming you. I'm like, you inconsiderate. You need to get your own car. And I'm tired of this. You keep doing the same old thing. You. So now we have a broken relationship because I have put you in a position where I'm blaming you and I'm accusing you of something. And we don't want to do that. So as I was talking, I was saying describe your feelings, right? So be specific about how you feel without accusing or criticizing the other party. For example, like I was saying, you always make me late. You could say, I feel frustrated when I'm late. When I'm late, not when you make me late, but when I'm late. And I know it's easier said than done because I have to continuously practice this myself. It's something that you have to practice. Naturally, we use you. You did it. You. It's your fault. You. This is why I'm setting up. This is why I'm ready to we going at it. This is why I act the way I act towards you because you. And that's accusation. So we are trying to get to healthy relationships. So we really have to be intentional how we conversate and how we express ourselves and how we put language to what we're feeling because we want to make sure that our relationships maintain intact. That is the plan, right? Because we live life on purpose, right? And this is how we do that. We practice and we're intentional about how we communicate what we feel in the moment where it's heated or when there's a disagreement or where there's conflict. And this helps us, improve those areas where we have maybe not always responded in the right way. And this is just a step towards, going in that direction. So we talked about focusing on your emotions. That's step one, right? And then I said, describe your feelings. So let's move to step three. Avoid generalizations. Okay. Avoid generalizations. Refrain from using sweeping statements or generalizations that can come across as accusatory. And we're talking about this, right? We really need to stop that. And we need to stick to specific examples and behaviors when discussing the issue. You know, Sometimes we use a lot of parables. And I know Jesus did it. I know he did it. However, get to the point. Say what it is. Say what it is without accusations. But be specific. What is the issue? What is the challenge that we want to address? Because what do? We take challenges and we take them and turn them into to opportunities for growth. Again, we take challenges and we turn them into an opportunity for growth. So we have to avoid the generalizations and we have to refrain from using those sweeping statements that can come across as accusation. Well, I mean, I know I didn't do it. Well, somebody didn't fill my car up. I got in my car one day and I tried to go to, um, Myers and my car stopped in the middle of the floor. I don't know who could have done that. It was only one person in the house. I mean, I was upset. I was just, oh, like, what? Who would do such a thing? So now I'm general, people want to take your car and they want to do what they want to do. They don't want to fill up your tank. And and people do this all the time. People. Who is people? Who is the people? Who? We have to be specific. Quit talking in parables. Just say what it is, but do it without accusations, okay? Stop the generalizations. It's sensory overload. All right. So now we want to listen actively, and this is another challenge for us. So we want to practice active listening by paying attention to the other person's perspective. And we talked about this before earlier when we were talking about relationships. We want to make sure that we're paying attention, all right? And we do this without interrupting that part or becoming defensive, validating the feelings and showing empathy, even if you disagree with the viewpoint. Honey, this takes maturity, okay? Even when you disagree, but you still need to practice active listening. Acknowledge, empathize with the person is saying. Even if you don't agree, at least have the courtesy to say, you know what? I'm going to listen to what this person is saying because I truly want to understand where the challenge lies. I can't understand where the challenge lies if I continue to try to defend myself before the person is even finished trying to explain what's going on, or I'm getting defensive. I'm all with my head to the side. I'm giving you the side eye, my lips poked out, because I'm upset. That is not healthy. That is not mature. And as we mature in our relationships, we know how to just be still and be quiet. Come on, say it with me. Be still and be quiet. Ooh, it is freedom in that. And it's hard. It's hard when you have something to say and someone is explaining to you, well, I didn't really care for the way you spoke to me the other day. I felt like you was a little hostile. And they may not know the communication techniques. You do, right? However, those things can trigger, right? So they're coming and they say, well, I'm tired of picking up after you and doing your work. This is your responsibility. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. And you want to say something because you know you weren't the one who didn't complete your assignment. So you want to cut them off right there. But no, no, no. You have to listen. Active listening is a challenge at times. But in order for us to help build and maintain healthy relationships, this is a very, very important ingredient in doing that. So we have to make sure that we are practicing active listening. So I want to move on because these are things that we have to continue to do. It's so important. So we have to seek common ground, right? Look for areas of agreement or common ground to build on. This is important. Focus on finding solutions to the problem rather than dwelling on assigning blame. Here, listen to me now when I say I am solution focused. I understand what the challenge is. I understand that you're frustrated with me. I understand. So, how can we move past this? What is it that I can do to allow the frustration to decrease? I'm not focused on the frustration. I'm focusing on how can we eradicate that? What is it that we can do? So we want to make sure that we're seeking common ground. Look for areas of agreement. What is something that you can agree on? There are some things I know we have to agree to disagree on, but what are the things that we can agree on? And when you find common ground, that's another technique that will draw the person that you're trying to get resolved with in. They won't cut you off. Now we're connecting. We have something. We may not agree on everything, but we can agree to disagree respectively. But find common ground and stop dwelling on the challenge, on the obstacle. What is the opportunity that you're going to get from this? So that's important. Also, use neutral language. Choose your words carefully. Repeat. Choose your words carefully to avoid inflammatory language or accusations, because that tone in your voice, you may not think you're doing it, but that tone will say, you did it. It was your fault all day long. Every day is your fault. But we have to watch our tone. We really have to use neutral language and be mindful of how your words may be perceived by the other person. Sometimes you may say something to someone and it really offends them. You didn't even know, but it was something that you said, something that was triggered, something that rubbed them the wrong way. So when we're talking to people and we're trying to resolve conflict, we have to make sure, one, we're humble. Number two, that we are mindful of what we say and how we say it. And all because you can talk to one person a particular way does not mean you can do that to everyone, because you've been and got yourself in trouble, because everybody is not in a place where they're mature enough to handle how you coming for them. So make sure you remember that. And then our next one is take responsibility. Acknowledge your role in the situation. It's not always everybody else's fault. Take responsibility for your actions or what you contribute to the conflict. And this can help diffuse tension, listen, and open the door to a constructive dialogue. I love to say, you know what? It's something that I may have done, something that did not agree with you, or something that I've offended you by. Can we discuss that? Can you please explain to me? And I'm authentic about it because I need to know. And if they say, well, you know what, you were a little harsh, you know what, I say, you know what, my apologies for that. I was a little harsh. Maybe I could have said it differently. I really was in the moment and it was heated, but I'm going to take responsibility for my role in this conflict. And see, that shows maturity again. We want to make sure that we are acknowledging what we did and what our role was in it. And then we also want to focus on solutions. I've said that already. Shift the focus from the blame to problem solving. right? So we collaborate with the other person to identify possible solutions and work together to address the issue. Did you hear that? Focus on solutions. Listen, shift. Shift the focus from blame to problem solving. You get more work done that way. It's better that way because when we focus on, the problem, no one wins. No one wins. We understand there's a challenge. So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to resolve that? How can we come together and do this? And guess what? So now when I come to the person, I was so frustrated when I got into my car and I did not have gas. I had somewhere to be and I really did not have time to stop, but I had no choice because I have completely ran out of gas. This really frustrates me because it impacts my day. And then the person saying, "Man, I am so sorry. I did not realize that the gas tank was on E. I really I next time I'm going to make sure that I check before I bring your car home that I fill your tank up. I apologize." And guess what? There's our solution. I can't, I'm not keep reading, but you didn't fill it up then. But you didn't fill it up then. I'm sitting here, I'm not still there. I'm listening to him. I'm active listening and I'm saying, "Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate that." And moving forward, we have a whole different scenario, right? So we talked about a lot of different topics today. A lot of different points, and I just want to review them with you, right? So let's go back to the beginning. I like to go back to the beginning. So focus on your emotions. All right. This is something that we got to do. Focus on your emotions instead of pointing fingers and assigning blame. Focus on your emotions. That finger is pointed to you, right? And then we want you to describe your feelings. I talked about be specific about how you feel without accusing or criticizing the other person. This is going to help you maintain those healthy relationships. I said avoid generalization. Stop speaking in parables, get to the point, be specific, okay? This is something that's going to also help enhance your relationships. And listen actively. I know you want to say something. I know you want to interrupt, but be slow to speak, quick to hear. And that will help you to be slow to rap. Okay. So make sure that you're practicing that active listening and seek common ground. Make sure that you look for areas of agreement, a common area where you can come together and connect. And then from there, you can dwell on, okay, what can we do to resolve, right? Because we want to get to resolve. And then we want to use neutral language. We want to choose our words carefully to avoid inflammatory language or that you don't have that tone where you're accusing somebody know when you're accusing them. So we want to be mindful of that, and we want to take responsibility. What role did you play in it? What role did I play in it? Because that is going to help continue to build on that relationship, and it helps when you get to trying to resolve. It helps. So take responsibility, acknowledge your role in the situation, because this can diffuse tension. It really can. And then also focus on solutions. I told you this is my favorite part. I am solution focused. Okay, we have this obstacle, right? But how are we going to turn this obstacle into an opportunity for growth? Let's talk about it. Shift the focus from blame to problem solving. Collaborate with the other person so you can identify possible solutions and work together to address the issue. And those are all of our points today. And again, our topic today was about avoiding blame and accusations. That was our topic. And that will help you in all your relationships, whether it's on the workplace, whether it's within your family, it could be in small groups, wherever it is, this will help. So make sure you write down these tips. And also, do you have anything to say about it? What is your thoughts on changing obstacles to opportunities for growth? I would love to hear from you. Make sure you leave those comments in the comment section. And again, for those who are just tuning in, make sure you replay and watch this. Take notes, apply it to your life, because we are trying to add value to you so you can add value to others and your relationships can advance, they can accelerate. Okay? Because we want you to live life on purpose. Why? because you're worth it. And again, make sure you like and share. Like and share. Sharing is caring. And also, if you want to get individual time with me, make sure you email me at iamalexisnelson@gmail.com or go on to alexisnelson.us. It could be me and you individually where we can talk about whatever it is you need to get on purpose. All right. So, again, thank you for joining me. I'm so glad that we were able to chat today, and I'm looking forward to us chatting more. Make sure you all have a wonderful day. Remember, evolve and thrive because that's what we do when we live life on purpose. All right, everyone. You all have a good one, and I shall see you next Saturday.